Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, hit that thumbs up button, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to our lovely channel. Before we jump into it, let's talk a little bit about the layout of this video. First, we're going to discuss our disclaimer. We're going to talk about why day trading is risky. Second, we're going to jump into all the patterns and setups that allowed me to be green today. After that, we're going to talk about the importance of risk management, and I'll give you guys some tips on how you can also manage risk to help yourself see more green days. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about how you guys can get started for those of you who are interested in trading this style and this strategy. With that being said, let's jump into our disclaimer. Guys, like any other business here in the United States of America, day trading is risky. It has its pros and its cons. And so it's best to approach the market in a way where your exposure is limited. You can do so by utilizing a simulator. That's where you can practice trading the live market with artificial currency, aka paper trading. Other than that, you can use risk money. Money that if you lose it all, doesn't affect your life in any way, shape, or form. So do not trade with the retirement money, the family savings, the kids' college fund, all that stuff, guys. Do not do. Day trading is risky. It's best to, build experience, consistency, become competent and consistent before trading in a live account and especially a big account, okay? So remember that. Stay safe out there. Lastly, remember that me live streaming and broadcasting what I do here to the world is not an invitation to copy trade. Copy trading is a recipe for disaster, all right? The quickest way to blow up an account. So no copy trading. Lastly, I do not invest money for my subscribers. Be careful of the fake accounts. There's been an onslaught of fake accounts, and we have been relentlessly banning them from the community, but they continue to create new accounts. So be careful. I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you for personal and or sensitive information. I will never ask you guys for sensitive information. Guys, remember, I do not message my followers first. So with that being said, do not get yourself scammed. Be careful out there, and let's jump into the video. So, Relentless, how in the world were you able to make $1,106.84 today in just about 2 hours of trading? How did you do it? Guys, it starts off with me showing up in the morning and checking to see which stocks are moving. And back in the day, people would have to do all this back-breaking work of trying to find the good stocks. Nowadays, I just pull up a scanner like Momo Pro. Shout out to Momo Pro, links down below for this one. And I come down here to their no filter for the discovery section, which shows me all the stocks in the market in percentage order, going from highest percentage to least percentage. And I check to see which ones have the most attention, aka volume. Right? Volume is an indicator. It lets me know how many people are trading a specific stock. And so I come down, right? I even have my own filter here. We can check out my own filter, the Relentless Momo filter. I can come down and see which stocks are moving with big volume. And from there, I can do my due diligence. I can do my analysis. And so said, so done. After I saw the stocks that were moving, I compiled a watch list. And from there, we came to the open, 9:30. Relentless, which stock were you watching at 9:30? We were watching at stock PLAI. And you guys will see that I happen to make $400 on just this stock alone. And you know what? I did not even trade it well. I was green 400 in just this move here, and then gave it back being very aggressive trying to buy for the low, and ended up stopping out a little lower. So, Relentless, what were the patterns and opportunities that you saw here that allowed you to be green in the first place? So, I'm watching at this stock, and I have this high point here mapped out at 125. And so, as we get into 9:30, I want to see how well this stock can get above 125 and hold above the level. And initially I thought, oh man, this thing is looking weak. We got up to 132 and boom, it sells off quickly. But it was not finished yet. It curls up, and right here we got to 32, and look at the low of this particular candle, 27. The moment that I saw us holding up this area here over 25 was the moment I realized it was time to get involved. And so I did it. I started buying right here, and back over 32, it continued. We got up there to 41, and then from 41 we got up to 43. We had some small gains here. It was moving up so quickly that it got hit with a circuit breaker halt. And so after 5 minutes of the stock being paused, it resumed, it moves up higher, it opens up higher, it dips down here, and then it curls up aggressively. And so I was watching there, and I got in for entries and sold up into the move for about $450. So pretty good. And then I gave back profits by getting incredibly aggressive, I believe right here on this candlestick. Bought a little higher, around 54. I was in way too high here. And you can see this thing continued lower all the way down to 41. I got in there 7,000 shares, which means every penny the stock goes up or down, I'll be making or losing $70. And so my $400 evaporated as I was overly aggressive, way too aggressive. We should never have one trade wipe us out. And that's the mistake I made in this area, getting ultra aggressive, too much conviction, thinking that low 50s would hold and an immediate bounce would happen. That was not the case. So I got chopped out, but over here we curled back up. In fact, I went from green 400 to red 200 and then made back the money here as we got back a little higher. So right here, I'm watching for the 1 minute candle to make the new high, and we get some nice continuation through and through all the way up to 70. It halts, and this time it resumes, or it might have been a false halt, and then it flushes down, and we waited patiently into our next pattern, which was essentially a huge wedge. The stock was getting tighter and tighter as it was going, and eventually we're watching for the squeeze. Can we go up or down? And of course, we wanted to see it go up, and it does go up right here. So the moment this got over this white line, the moment this thing moved over this white line here and was holding up, I started buying, and I got myself back up to $400 again. It pulled back. We had another flag, and then from there, another move, and then that was the end of the line. Up until later, I didn't trade later into the day, and so, I missed all this fun action here, especially this move right here I missed. But, that's okay. You're not going to get everything every time. So that was PALI, one of the stocks that I traded today. And on this particular one, I was able to make 474. There were other stocks. We had VERB, which gave a small push here into the open. This was the opening surge setup that I look for. We also had NBSE. This one here did extremely well. I had very small size here. Tomorrow I gotta be a little bit more careful. Tomorrow I'll trade better and I'll be able to have bigger size as we go, so that instead of finishing up just 1K on a day like today, I can be at like 3-4K. So we'll make the adjustment and not mess things up like we did today, because we have to reduce size to make sure that we didn't go into the red very too deep. So NBSE, a lot more of the same. And so a lot of you guys will say Relentless, I understand you're mentioning some of the patterns that you looked at, but we want to know more details. We want to know the intricacies of why you're buying, where you're buying, why you're selling, what makes you stay in a trade longer, what makes you get out of a trade quickly, what are your indicators to even buying in the first place. Well, I can't give out all the secrets here, and of course not for free, because then everybody here will be rich, and then what I'm doing here wouldn't be so special. So at the very least, if I'm going to give out the strategy, it has to be to some sort of benefit to myself. And I'm going to say that as proudly as I can, because not a lot of people are as transparent as I am. And so I do have a day trading course where I show every single thing that I have, right? It's called Merciless Markets. Merciless Markets, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a very, very fair price, because when I was starting out, I couldn't afford a course. And so once I, over the years, through the trial and error and the countless hours of, articles and content and stuff I was watching online and reading, finally being able to get it and get a grasp on what I was doing here, this is what I came up with. And so, it's a step-by-step guide, essentially, to get you guys from zero to advanced. Is it guaranteed? Of course not. Nothing in life is. It's all risky, right? The moment we were born, it got risky. And so understand that trading is risky. Remember the disclaimer from the beginning. You can be in university, in a classroom, and you might have 25 students. 20 will pass, 5 might fail. And that's just reality. Some people are not going to do their assignments. Some people are not going to be as serious as others. Some people are not going to be as disciplined. And we all have different start points. Some people will be more available, less responsibilities, things like that. And so, you know, it all comes down to the individual. And we understand that despite all this information, trading is still risky, guys. So, for those of you who do want something more, I want to continue to be transparent and let you guys know what you're signing up for. This is one of the easiest, hardest ways to make money. It's psychological torture and warfare, and we have to remain disciplined regardless. And so when you do sign up, you get our Zero to Advanced course. You get ongoing lectures, weekly live Q&A sessions. There's archives, which is the live recording of my trades each and every single day. There's also Marcelo's live recordings, who's the other mentor and six-figure trader here. There's a daily watch list and trade plan every single day at around 9 a.m. Low latency streaming in Discord. There's the MMU chat room inner circle access in Discord, one-on-one mentorship, lifetime access to the Relentless Trading chat room, and we do have more features coming soon, which includes a scanner and of course halt levels, right? Halt levels, which are going to be pretty big. So for anybody interested, check out the website. The link is down below. You guys can take a look at the curriculum here as well. And of course, remember to use coupon code Vegas if you want that 40% off. All right, guys, coupon code Vegas for 40% off. So we talked about our disclaimer. We talked about some of the patterns that I traded today. We talked about how you guys can get started here with MMU. And let's not forget, by the way, that there is a day trading conference coming up called Traders for a Cause, which is a seminar which will be in Las Vegas. And one of our gold members, gold members are annual members, silver members are quarterly. One gold member will be selected by random and will receive a all paid trip to Vegas for the weekend of November, I believe November 10th. I always forget, I have to double check. And yeah, November 10th to the 12th. And this will be a great chance for some lucky person out there, one of the lucky students, to come and hang out with Marcelo and myself, and we can learn a lot and have a lot of fun. Okay, so right now we're going to transition into risk management, guys. The question I'll get a lot is also, how do you manage risk? How do you manage risk? And I will start by saying a lot of it comes down to being disciplined. There's a formula that we're following here, a recipe, a blueprint, right? For those of the students out there, you're following my formula, you're following Marcelo's formula, and you're following our active trading style, because we're very active. We take hundreds of trades every day. Some people out there will just take 5 trades, 1 trade, maybe 10 trades, 50 trades, but we take hundreds of trades. And part of that is us selling when we don't see the resolution that we want. If we're in a particular area and we're expecting the stock to capitulate and follow through in a direction, if we're not seeing what we want, we're right back out, and we can get back in always. And that's a huge part in how we manage risk, just cutting the trades, not getting married to it, and understanding that we can buy back. Even if it's for a loss, we can get back in. We can get back in. And so there's no need for us to get tied to a trade. We're also utilizing the fact that there are free commissions. Back in the days, to hit the buy button, hit the sell button, you have to pay a fee. Now that fee is 0, so it's free. And so we've been adapting to our new environment. We've been, constantly trying to work on our style and strategy to be better and to evolve. And so, that's one of the key tips that I'll give out today in terms of risk management. So if you guys want to get started, check out those links down below. Check out our Discord. That's our day trading community. Let's see how some of the traders did today. Let's check in, and then we'll shut it down and we'll get out of here. So how did the community do today? So this was yesterday. So let's see. Mozo down, well, that was yesterday actually as well. So we got wrong bet today, 252, nicely done. Cello, nice green day, 512. Way to go, man. Crispy trades with a whopping 14,000. Absolutely incredible. Lucas, one of our students. Way to go, Lucas. $5,800. Even doing better than I did today. Nicely done. Marcelo, the other mentor here and six-figure trader. 5.7K today, guys. It can be done. It can be done. Mr. Man, trading from the simulator. And again, this is exactly what I love to see. People who are taking it slow and not just jumping the gun and rushing, building experience, you know, becoming competent and consistent where his exposure is limited. And then once he finds the consistency, he can transition over to the live account. Trading with Tim. Tim, 2.3K today. Jay, 16 bucks using the small size. And so you can see, guys, depending on where you are in your journey, whether the sim, small size, big size, whatever it might be, you know, if you are not consistent with your trading, it's best to be using small size or the simulator. That way you don't even see big red days and you're just building experience so that when you get consistent, then you can start increasing the size. If you're not consistent and you're using size, you have a problem. You have a problem. You need to make sure you do what's right to protect yourself. BMAC, another student here in the community, 1K. MX Trading, 5.5K. And this might not even sound real to people who might be tuning into the channel for the first time because it's so much money, right? So we have a student here who is down about 110, which is not a bad loss here. So, not bad, true. And yeah, it looks like that might be it. Actually, no, one more, green $4. So yeah, guys, check out the community. You guys can join the Discord for now, just $6.99, right? If you're not interested in being a student, but you do want to be a part of the Discord community, be sure to check it out. Become a participant or an elite member where you'll have full unlimited access. If you want to be a participant and have the read-only mode, you can feel free to join, right? With that being said, guys, it's been Relentless Trader, and it's been a good recap. I am, of course, signing out.